Once opening ceremonies are complete, the commander leads the members in reciting Section 230102 of our Congressional Charter.
Please join me in reciting Section 230102 of our Congressional Charter. The purpose of this corporation shall be fraternal, patriotic, historical, charitable.
Next, the commander will call on the adjutant to take the roll call of officers.
Comrade Adjutant, roll call, please.
Commander.
Here.
Senior Vice Commander.
Here.
Junior Vice Commander.
Here.
The next order of business pertains to membership. Reading and referring of membership applications, reports of the reviewing committee, and the balloting of applicants. These are important steps that cannot be overlooked. This practice is put in place to ensure only qualified applicants become members of the organization.
I will now call for the reading or referring of membership applications.
Comrade Commander, the post has new applicants for membership. The applications, proof of eligibility, admission fee, and dues were turned over to the reviewing committee for their recommendation.
Thank you. The reviewing committee chairman shall report. Comrade Mahone.
Comrade Commander. The committee reviewed each membership application and have obtained proof of eligibility for each of them.
Our bylaws require proof of eligibility for membership, which can come in the form of separation documents, leave and earning statements, orders, or any other written document providing adequate proof of eligibility. However, proof of service to establish eligibility for membership rests with the applicant, and the post is responsible for assuring the eligibility of every member accepted to membership. The reviewing committee therefore holds a responsibility for safeguarding the integrity of our order, a duty of the utmost concern. A report will be given by the reviewing committee chairman, who will detail how each applicant has fulfilled the requisites of membership. Once completed, the post membership will be given a chance to state any objections they may have with any one of the applicants.
Upon review, we believe each of these candidates are of good moral character and will be fine additions to our post. This concludes the reviewing committee's report.
Comrade Commander, of the 3 prospective members presented, I have an objection with 1. Prospective member number 1 does not have an honorable discharge. He has a general discharge under honorable conditions.
Comrade, thank you. Per Section 101 of our national bylaws, an applicant for membership who has honorable service and was separated under honorable conditions is eligible for membership.
Thank you, Comrade Commander. I request that this application be set aside for a ballot vote.
Section 103 of the Manual of Procedure provides that applications for membership may be grouped and accepted by viva voce vote. Upon request of any one member, any individual's application must be voted upon separately by written ballot, and upon the request of any 3 members, all applications must be voted on separately by written ballot. Regardless of the method of voting, acceptance or rejection of candidates is by majority of votes cast. The following is the procedure for written balloting.
Are there any further questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, we will set aside application 1 for a ballot vote and commence a vote on the 2 remaining applications. Those in favor of accepting applicant 2 and 3 will say aye. 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 Those opposed will say no. The ayes have it, and the applicants have been accepted into membership. Comrades, you are about to ballot upon the application of Jessica Johnson, who desires to become a comrade of this post. Officer of the Day, will you prepare the ballot?
Officer of the Day distributes the ballots.
Comrades, you will now cast your ballots. Vote for the best interest of the veterans of foreign wars of the United States.
After each member has marked his ballot, the ballots are collected by the Officer of the Day and counted by the Senior Vice Commander and Junior Vice Commander. A majority of the votes cast by ballot shall determine whether the applicant shall be admitted to membership. Less than a majority shall reject the applicant for 1 year, after which they may again apply for membership.
Comrade Senior Vice Commander, how do you find the ballot?
Comrade Commander, I find the ballot favorable.
By your ballots, you have elected Judy Johnson to membership. Comrade Adjutant, will you notify the recruits to present themselves for initiation at the proper time?
The language within the member's obligation carries the weight and importance of one's duty as a VFW member, embodied in true comradeship. Pledging loyalty to the nation and to one another, the obligation extends itself not only to veterans within our order, but to the veteran community at large. Post must make a concentrated effort to ensure each member is obligated using the initiation ceremony, either brief or standard form, found within the ritual. The next order of business is the reading of the Post minutes.
We will now have the reading of the minutes from our last meeting. Comrade Adjutant.
Minutes from the previous meeting are as follows. Post opening ceremonies began promptly at 7 p.m. Roll call of officers was taken. All were present.
Normally,
Each member
minutes are
receives a
acted
copy.
on in two ways. They are read and approved as read. They are read and corrected and approved as corrected. If a motion is made and seconded to accept the minutes, it will take only a majority to be accepted. However, a motion is not required to accept the minutes. This is called silent consent.
Are there any corrections to the minutes? There being no corrections, the minutes will stand approved as read.
Post-meeting minutes should include kind of meeting, regular or special, post name, date and place of meeting, roll call of officers and number of members present, action taken on minutes of last meeting, main motions and resolutions, whether adopted or lost, but not those withdrawn, and any and all other motions, such as tabled or referred, that were adopted. Name of proposer of motion, seconder's name if a second was required, written reports of officers and committees, all required previous notices, such as a notice to rescind or to reconsider, all proper points of order and appeals, and all votes taken. Any other action or proceeding worthy of record, hour of adjournment, events or activities of the meeting that occurred before, during, or after the session, to include names of visiting officials, guests, or guest speakers. The next order of business will be the quartermaster's report.
The quartermaster shall read his report.
Comrade Commander and members of the Post. At the end of last July, our cash balance last report was $89,968.54. We had receipts for the period of $21,500.77. We had disbursements for the period of $16,041.29, which leaves us a cash balance at the end of the period of $95,428.02.
The quartermaster report need only summarize the Post's financial status. The report is derived from the monthly report, Financial Statement Form 4208. This form is a detailed report of receipts and expenditures. Quartermasters should insist action be taken by the Post to accept or accept, subject to change or audit, the quartermaster's report, and should see that it is recorded in the minutes. This is important because it's the Post's official record showing the quartermaster has brought the report before the Post. Keep in mind, the quartermaster must be bonded, and should a discrepancy appear which needs action by the bonding company, the record will be called for to see if the Post has exercised due care and diligence in protecting the bonding company from improper practice and fund handling. Upon conclusion of the quartermaster's report, a motion to move acceptance is in order.
Quartermaster statement. That ends my report.
Thank you.
Comrade Commander, I move that we accept the quartermaster's report as presented.
If the quartermaster's report has not been audited by the Post trustees,
Comrade Commander, I move that we accept the quartermaster's report subject to audit.
Comrade Commander, I second the motion.
A motion has been made and properly seconded to accept the quartermaster's report subject to audit. Those in favor of the motion will say aye. Aye. Those opposed will say no. The ayes have it, and the report will be accepted subject to audit.
Commander, I will now proceed to read the bills that are outstanding for this month.
the quartermaster will then proceed with the reading of any bills submitted for payment. A motion is not necessary for the payment of bills that have been previously authorized by the Post. However, bills presented for payment not previously authorized by the Post must be authorized by proper motion, duly seconded and passed by a majority of the members present and voting.
I now call for the report of the service officer.
Comrade Commander, had a couple of local veterans
Our
contact
trained
me
service
this last-
officers help veterans develop their case with ease by reviewing and applying current law, pertinent legislation, regulations, and medical histories. As skilled professionals, they assist in filing for disability compensation, rehabilitation and education programs, pension and death benefits, and employment and training programs.
being approved. It's my report, sir.
After the report of the service officer, the commander will ascertain from the membership of any known comrade in distress. Let's listen.
Is there a comrade or family of a comrade in distress? Is there a comrade or a family of a comrade in distress? Is there a comrade or the family of a comrade in distress? We will proceed on with the committee reports.
Typically, the chaplain or post-service officer has duties or is responsible for outreach. It is important that we keep in contact with our elder members and provide assistance when needed. The next order of business in a post meeting are committee reports. A typical VFW post has standing committees such as membership, relief, house, youth activities, community service, POPI, and ways and means. Special or ad hoc committees can be created by the membership at any time. Committees' duties may vary but fall into three classes: committees for action, committees for study or investigation, and committees for recommendation. Committee reports must be submitted in writing to the post adjutant for the record. Committee resolutions, recommendations of motions do not require a second if moved for adoption by a member of the committee. If the committee member neglects to move their adoption, any member may move their adoption in which a second is then required. When committee propose motions or recommendations of any kind, the chair need not ask for or wait on a second. Instead, the chair at once states the committee's proposal as though it has been seconded. Here is an example.
We will now have a report of the Buddy Poppy Committee.
Comrade Commander, the committee has identified 3 locations for its next Buddy Poppy distribution. This will be our final distribution of the year. We have permission from each location to distribute poppies the weekend before Veterans Day. Our poppy inventory stands at 1,000. We will need 3,000 for this distribution, and the post will need to purchase additional poppies. A sign-up sheet for volunteers will be posted following the meeting. In addition, members of our sponsored Boy Scout troop have volunteered to assist in the distribution. This year, the Post has raised over $10,000 in Buddy Poppy donations, which will assist veterans and their families through our Post programs. The committee recommends, in the form of a motion, the purchasing of 2,000 Buddy Poppies from the department headquarters at a cost of $120 per thousand, and that the distribution be authorized for the weekend before Veterans Day. Additionally, the cost of the poppies to be expensed out of the Post Relief Fund as permissible under Section 219 of the Manual of Procedure.
It is moved and seconded to adopt the committee's recommendation. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor of the motion will say aye. Aye. Those opposed will say no. The ayes have it. The committee is commended for its dedication to our poppy program.
Comrade Commander, that concludes my report.
At each monthly meeting, we remember our National Home for Children. This ceremony is traditionally done at 9 p.m. or as close to 9 p.m. as possible. However, considering many posts meet at all hours of the day, the National Home for Children ceremony is placed in the order of business after post committee reports.
All present will rise, uncover, parade rest. Comrade Chapman, will you ask divine blessings upon our National Home for Children?
Almighty God, shelter and guidance, support for their families. We ask in your holy name. Amen.
Attention. Cover. Please be seated. We will now go into unfinished business.
Unfinished business usually consists of motions or discussions concerning motions carried over from the previous meeting to include postponed or tabled motions, motions referred to a committee.
We will now go into new business.
New business allows generally any new question, any new motions, or a discussion that falls under new business. However, nominations, elections, and installation of officers immediately follow new business. Parliamentary procedure is what governs the meetings and deliberations of our order. It is employed to ensure orderly, expeditious, and efficient transaction of business at meetings and conventions. The foundations of parliamentary law are order, equality, justice, the right of the minority to be heard, and the right of the majority to rule the organization. Knowing basic parliamentary procedure will assure your meeting is fair, balanced, and business-focused. Main motions and resolutions are proposals which introduce a principal subject or proposition before the membership. They are what moves business forward and are common in meetings. Therefore, it is important to know how to initiate, second, debate, vote, amend, and reconsider a motion in order to transact business. More information can be found in the Article 10 of the Manual of Procedure, the Commander's Reference Guide, or Demeter's Manual of Parliamentary Procedure.
Comrade Commander, I move that we donate $100 to National Military Service from the General Fund.
Comrade Commander, I second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded to donate $100 from our general fund to National Military Services. Is there any discussion on the motion?
Comrade Commander, I move that the motion is amended to reflect our relief fund, which may be used for donations of this type rather than our general fund.
Comrade Commander, I second the amendment to that motion.
The question is on the amendment to the motion to replace general fund with relief fund. Is there any question on the amendment? Hearing none, those in favor of the amendment will say aye. Aye. Those opposed will say no. The ayes have it, and the amendment to replace general fund with relief fund is carried. The question now is on the main motion as amended, which is that we donate $100 from our relief fund to National Military Services. Is there any discussion on the motion as amended? There being none, those in favor of the main motion as amended will say aye. Aye. Those opposed will say no. The ayes have it, and the main motion is carried. We will donate $100 from our relief fund to National Military Services.
The last order of post business is the good of the order. Often misunderstood, good of the order is reserved for taking up or pointing out any constructive suggestions or criticisms deemed beneficial to the welfare of the members or good of the organization. This may include announcements of upcoming post events.
We will now enter into the good of the order.
Comrade Commander, we received a thank you card from the spouse of a deceased member, Carl Johnson. It reads, "Thank you for the touching tribute and military funeral honors for my dear Carl. The honor guard represented the organization in a true professional manner. Signed, Judy Johnson."
Comrade Commander, I guess good of the order is the best place to bring complaints to. We voted 2 months ago to put a new flag up in front of the building, and the old one is still there. Can we get this resolved?
Thank you. I will see that it is immediately corrected. Are there any other comments under the good of the order? Hearing none, we will proceed with our closing ceremonies.